Welcome back to the House of Plenty Studio Kitchen in downtown Hamilton, Alabama. Today I'm going to take you through a really easy but comforting breakfast. This is great for breakfast, even better for brunch. We're making tomato cheese grits. Dice you up a yellow onion, grab a few garlic cloves, and let's meet at the stove. All right, we've got a Dutch oven on a medium heat, and I've got a small saute pan on a medium heat too. While we get our grits started, we're gonna do a little garnish. So in our saute pan, I'm gonna put about 1/3 cup of olive oil, and I've got 1 pint of cherry tomatoes. I cook these tomatoes in a little bit of olive oil until they start to pop and release their juices. And we'll add a little bit of salt. In our Dutch oven, I'm gonna get a few tablespoons of olive oil, 1 yellow or white onion that we've diced. Add a little salt and pepper. Right, our onions have started to sweat and turn translucent. So at this time I've got a couple of garlic cloves here. I'm just gonna grate the garlic cloves right into the onion. You can use as much or as little garlic as you like. I like to measure garlic with my heart. Now I'm using Santo double concentrated tomato paste. We're gonna use about 3 ounces of this tube, which is almost the whole tube. I know that seems like a lot, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna caramelize this tomato paste in the bottom of our Dutch oven here, and that's gonna help bring out all of that tomato flavor, spreading it along the bottom of the pot so that the heat can start to caramelize the sugars in that tomato paste. All right, as our tomato paste is caramelizing here in the bottom of the pan, I wanna move it around every minute or so and make sure that I can still scrape it up off of the bottom of the pan. Our tomato paste has gotten to the point where it's almost not wanting to come up off of the bottom. If I go any farther than this, we're gonna start scorching our tomato paste. So now it's time to deglaze the bottom of the pan. We're gonna use a cup of white wine, but you can use 1 of your cups of chicken stock that's gonna go in this recipe. And now I'm using the flat edge of my wooden spoon to scrape along the bottom and make sure I get all that flavor and all that caramelization up off the bottom of our pan here. All right, now that our white wine and tomato paste and onion have simmered for just a minute, we're gonna add our chicken stock. We're using 32 ounces of chicken stock. And we're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and we'll let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes just to make sure that all the garlic and the onion have gotten very tender. All right, our cherry tomatoes have burst and released their liquid, and now we've got this nice kind of thick tomato-like syrup that we're gonna spoon over our grits. It's gonna be delicious. I'm just gonna taste it and make sure it's got enough salt. Perfect. So we're just gonna let that sit to the side and we'll spoon it over our grits at the end. Meanwhile, to our simmering chicken stock, we're gonna add 4 cups of water, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. All right, our water, chicken stock, tomato paste is all coming to a boil now. So we're gonna add 3 cups of quick grits. And we're gonna let this simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, stirring frequently until the grits are cooked. All right, our grits have cooked. They're tender. We're gonna add 1 can of diced tomatoes. Stir that in. And then here I've got 8 ounces of Tillamook sharp cheddar that I've grated. Now they're tomato cheese grits. All right, our cheese grits are done. It's time to serve them up. These are great with biscuits, bacon, breakfast casserole, or breakfast enchiladas, or standing alone on their own. All right, we've got some grits, just got a few little green onion there for garnish, some extra cheese because, well, it's cheese. Tomatoes that we made on the stove, and a few of those on top. That is a brunch you can be proud of. It's so warm, comforting. This is like brunch in a bowl to me. Thank you guys for joining us today at the House of Plenty Studio Kitchen, where we walked through tomato cheese grits. It's a brunch classic that you should add to your normal lineup. Would you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content? And when you make this, let us know below how it turned out for you and tag us in your pictures on Instagram. So come back next time and see what we make here at the House of Plenty. Thanks for joining us today.